You are about to take the spotlight. You are about to sign on the dotted line. So get ready. We're stepping into Leo season, which means we are in a time of like taking the spotlight, taking up space, being our most authentic self, not being afraid to be bold, be courageous, and just stand in authenticity, because people need to receive what you have to offer, and that comes through you being who you have been created to be. But with that, also, God had been telling me yesterday about the importance of contracts. Okay, there's a remnant that's going to be stepping into new opportunities and creating new things and participating in new collaborations. And it's important that you read the fine print, that you look over the contracts, make sure you know what you're signing up for, what you're signing off on, okay? Especially as someone who's come out of a legally binding contract myself just recently. You want to read the fine print. You want to know what you're getting yourself into. You want to know what you're agreeing to and what you stand to lose if things don't go the way that you expect them to, right? And so this has to do, God is saying this on the level of business partnerships. Okay, read the fine print. This also has to do with marriage contracts. Okay, protect yourself. Use wisdom. Okay, use wisdom, and it is okay to protect yourself and to safeguard the Lord's finances, okay, and to safeguard what the Lord has called you to do. Okay, He's birthing something new. He's birthing a new idea, a new creative endeavor. He's birthing abundance and finances in order for you to create what He's called you to create. And it is okay, and it is actually wisdom to safeguard these things, because they're not yours. They are from above. Okay, they come from the Father, our Father above, and He's giving us responsibility over them. And it's our job to safeguard and protect them and use the things that He's giving us to create, to build His legacy here in the earth. And our legacy, the legacy of our bloodline, because this is about redeeming our bloodline as well. It is important that we safeguard these things, okay? And I'm not talking about being greedy or being, grimy or money hungry or being unfair, okay? There's a way to enter into a contract, enter into partnerships without screwing another person over, okay? Where everyone can be happy and where everyone's needs can be met and where everyone's assets can be safe and everyone can feel like everything's fair, okay? So it's okay for you to ask for certain things as well. Communicate your needs, communicate, a good deal for yourself. But, definitely don't be greedy or grimy. Like, have the right heart about it, about how you go about this. Because, God sees everything and He tests and He looks at the heart. So our heart should be not to screw anyone over, but it also should be where we're making sure we're not being screwed over as well. Especially for me as someone who's been overly nice and overly giving, and that's resulted in the short end of the stick. Okay, this is our season for many of us, the remnant. We have been overgiving. We have just been depleted and really trying to take care of everyone else's needs but ourselves. And there's good intentions behind that. We're givers, but this is our season to receive. And so we need to be able to accept and receive what the Lord is giving to us, and also receive from others. God is bringing others to support your vision, to fund your vision, to partner with you with the vision God has given you. So it's important that you're willing to receive in this season, and not always just be giving till you're completely depleted, because you cannot, you have to replenish, and you have to create more abundance. And you can't do that when you're in this lack mindset, because you're exhausted and depleted, because you've got nothing but takers around you, right? So this is the lesson that God has been having us learn in the past seasons, so that we can walk into this new season fresh, with our mind right and ready to receive the good things that God has for us, and not feeling guilty or ashamed about it, but knowing that we're worthy. All right, this has all been about that self journey of self-love and self-confidence, right? And putting ourselves first. Okay, because you cannot pour from an empty cup. So you cannot continue to pour out to others, to give to others, if you are depleted, if you're empty, and if you're always putting yourself last. It is okay to put yourself first sometimes, and have your cup overflow, and let other people pour into your cup, so that you can have more to offer others and more to give, and the ability to create more abundance that you can share with others, right? So we've been going through this journey of learning all these valuable lessons, so that we can step into this new season and just really be ready to build, be ready to create. And so many people are going to be blessed by what you bring forth, by what you're creating with the Lord. And it's going to be such a blessing, and it's going to free so many people and touch so many people. And it's going to unlock so many people into their divine purpose, and give them the confidence and the resources they need to be able to step into their high calling. And so, yeah, that's what God was heavily discussing with me yesterday. Don't be afraid to double check the contracts, to make sure you know what you're signing, to communicate if you feel like you need something adjusted. Don't be afraid to say, hey, I need this, like, this and this is good, but like, let's talk about this, and how can we, get on a more like mutual ground about this particular part. Don't be afraid, as long as you communicate, respectfully and from the right heart, and, with the right motives, then, God's able to grant us favor to make sure that we have something that is going to benefit us, and just, be a blessing to us. And so we don't get into something where we get tied down to and legally bound to a bad business deal, or a bad relationship, or a bad marriage. Like, we cannot afford to be tied down right now, to be trapped in bad contracts. So take everything before the Lord, and just be ready to start some exciting new things in the near future. Amen.